It does make things easier.
Okay, we're live.
Okay.
All right. Guess we can go ahead and call a meeting to order. Go ahead and have the pledge to allegiance. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Here's a siren going in the background.
Is that a?
Tornado test.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Oh, yeah.
All righty. Let's see, we're all here, at least physically, so we're all here. I laid the minutes in front of everybody so you can get a quick look at them. Trying to think if there's anything we need to touch on. It was only 2.5 weeks ago, so nothing's too old. We had no old business. We adopted the capital improvement plan. We adopted the road and infrastructure fund, so we met the deadlines, and I got that all uploaded to the state. We opened the floor for the public for discussion of our budget. Nobody was here, so there was nothing to discuss. The adoption meeting will be, and then it's got today's date at noon. The board reviewed estimates from our accountants on our income. The discussion was held and a vote for where to place all non-directed miscellaneous funds, and that went into the general fund. We talked about increasing the credit card limit, which I talked to Wayne Bank, and I've got to go through the card company, and I just haven't had time. So we talked about the food pantry. So far, nothing's happened. I've gotten with Dan, gotten with the school, and nobody's gotten back with me. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. And I know the school's gone through a transition right now. The principal is left, and we've got a new principal. So I don't know if maybe that's, all the
slow things down.
Yeah, everything changing. Maybe
They have to,
I
a
might
lot
have,
of things to take care of, I
I
imagine.
might have to reach out to him again. So haven't heard anything back from Dave yet about the flag for the cemetery. Our website, I got information on it yesterday, and as of today, I can go in and start making changes. I haven't because I've been busy with other things, but that's where we stand with that, and it should go live in 4 weeks. So. And we discussed the upcoming training we have to have, the hiring of an office assistant, still looking. So far, nobody lined up. Talked about the reduction of townships in Indiana by at least 40% that's going to be proposed by the Indiana Township Association. And I wouldn't doubt that the state doesn't go deeper than that, but we'll see. I think that's kind of a hope of the Township Association as they stop at 40%. And then finally, we talked about remodeling. Actually, I think Monday, they're supposed to start work on the bathroom. I got a text this morning from Taylor Construction. They're supposed to start Monday morning, and then Persaponco Painting is supposed to start in here on Monday. So everything should start Monday. The only trouble I may run into a week from Monday, I'm having back surgery and I'm going to be out for a week or two. And I talked to the person over the jobs, and he said this job on the bathroom will probably take 10 days. So I don't know if a few days if you could come down and set that way. I can lock the doors between this side and that side, so they only have access here. So they don't have access to any, not that they would do anything, but just even public walking in on them, that would be the issue. So, but I think we can work through it and try to, I want to get it done before it gets too bad of weather, and I'm afraid it's going to hit us before we know it. So, and then we had a motion to adjourn. So that, in a nutshell, is our minutes from the 29th of September, 2.5 weeks ago.
Linda, that reduction, the backup one about the 40%, the township's discussion about that, that's definitely not going to happen until next year's session.
Right. Yeah. This year's session, they talked to the ITA they kind of represent the townships in Indiana. They're the largest association of townships. There's two, but they by far are the largest. And their spokesman, Debbie Driscoll, was at the State House this year. And a couple of the senators that are really pushing for reduction in township government spoke, and their thing to her was either you offer up something or we're going to do it ourselves. So that's why they're coming up with this idea of about a 40% reduction, because they know if we don't say something, then they're just gonna
You're gonna
make
bring
it
it
up the way they want it.
Job.
Yeah, so, and that way, if they listen to her, then we're gonna have some input as to what constitutes a township that you wanna say versus one that you think is expendable, you know?
Yeah.
So, cause they're, like I said, they're looking at different things, they're looking at poor relief, fire protection, different things that would make it a viable township to keep running versus one that sees no people, has no activity, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
any other questions on the minutes?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Motion accept,
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
okay. All righty, all those in favor?
Aye.
All righty. The only thing that I've got on our agenda for the day, unless anybody needs to add anything, is to review and conduct a vote for our budget for 2026. Just to give you guys a quick refresher of what we've done. The budget for 25, our total budget, and this doesn't mean it's necessarily gonna all be spent, but what we've got allowed for this year was $356,022, and that's split between the different funds. A little over 200,000 for township general, and poor relief of 98.5, Cume vehicle 1,000, fire and EMS 30,000, and rec 9,500. So in this year, we need to sign. This year we've gone up slightly. Our total budget that I've got put into the state right now that they're reviewing is for 367,720. And that adds a little to the general fund, 217,720, 100,000 even for township assistance, 10,000 for Cume vehicle, 30,000 for fire, because we're pretty much maxed out on fire, so I can't go much more than that, or they'll deny it. And then 10,000, I went up $500 for recreation. We'll see how that flies. They cut me back last year. And then you guys, if they approve the budget at the state level, you all get an email in a month or two, and it'll have the 1782 attachment on there. I know Brad's got one, Judy knows what it is, but it just basically shows our budget and what's been allowed for the 5 funds that we have, and if everything was allowed, or if they've cut back one. And then if they cut back one, I have to go in and make the cuts into the budget to reflect whatever they say. So that's what we are looking at difference-wise. You guys are more than welcome to look at it. That's the 26 if you want to see it. And there's a 25 if you want to look at it. And then
What's the difference between the two?
I printed 2 just in case we happen to mess one up. I just need one of these signed. It's our resolution. And the resolution didn't print out. Let's see, it's 008-2025. And it shows exactly what I just told you. General fund of 217,720, 100,000 township assistance, 10,000 in Cume vehicle, 30,000 in fire and EMS, 10,000 in rec, for a total of 367,720. And what we need to do is have a motion to accept, and then a second and a vote, and then signatures. Judy has to abstain because of the relationship with the trustee, so. But she has to sign and mark abstain. She can't just not sign, so.
I'll make a motion to accept.
Okay,
I'll second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You You can't aye.
You can't. She was abstaining in an aye.
Everything's still set for your surgery?
Mm-hmm. Where's I am?
We haven't had. Yeah,
Indianapolis, the spinal hospital, spinal.
I thought that,
I like that one.
B, I figured that's what you'd say. My bad.
Yeah. I'm not that. She would do that to you, Brad. Harry, are you checking aye?
I don't know.
Then you need to check aye.
I didn't. Am I the only one that didn't?
Yep.
I figures.
Or A, aye.
AYE, however you say it.
Depends on if you're from Kansas.
Yeah, what, yeah.
Alrighty, aye, abstain, aye, we're good. Okay, yeah, the spinal hospital, Indiana Spine Center in Carmel. So it's supposed to be outpatient, so I'll see, have to be in there at noon. But I'm gonna post a notice on the door that I'm working from home and people can leave a message here, and then I'll check the machine a couple times a day. So, and one thing about doing it this time of year, the energy assistance program's kicked in, so a lot of the people we normally see are getting money right now in November, so they won't need help for utilities, so. That's, if there was a least busy time, usually November, December, kind of the quieter times.
Yeah.
So.
No good time to do it.
No good time, yeah. I'm just hoping it helps, and I got a stiff neck this morning on top of everything else, so. Alrighty, our next meeting, if I've got it figured right, will be Tuesday, the 6th of January at 12 noon. And that will be, another short meeting. It will be for election of officers.
You said January 6th at noon?
January 6th, yeah. And unless there's anything that would come up between now and the end of the year that we have to have a special meeting for, but right now I don't anticipate anything. We'll see what happens with the budget and go from there. So,
You're talking about raising the limit on the credit card. Is there anything left that you feel like we need to get?
No, actually, we're in pretty good shape. So if I don't get it done this year, we're not, I think I've got the big things that I wanted to get purchased. So like the chairs and the computer and stuff. So I may not even worry about it this year. If I need to do it, I've got the okay from the board. So.
Right.
But like I said, we're in pretty good shape now. I do have a delivery coming today, but it's just minor things, more housekeeping type stuff for the office now than major purchases. So
You should have called on that, come down and help you put chairs together.
I spent a day down here with a drill with
I
the,
offered two, but
It takes a while. The last time we did
I
it.
got like an assembly line going, and I'd lay these parts here, once I did the first couple, I knew what to do from then, so I threw the instructions away and laid everything
You're better
out.
off doing that.
Yeah, laid everything. Of course, I got a whole bunch of nuts and bolts if you need them.
I was gonna say, you
Don't
got
lean back.
parts left over.
Yeah.
You always have parts left.
Well, they actually didn't give me enough of one and too many of another, but they were from China. And, they put the nuts and bolts in blister packs. And I'm like, that's not enough for what it's supposed to be for. But then at the end, they give you a bunch of different miscellaneous ones, just in case they didn't get enough on the others. So I'm thinking,
They knew it was gonna get messed up
if you
somewhere
already know
along
you're
the
gonna
line.
mess up, you gotta throw extras in at the end.
Yeah,
But they seem to be pretty nice chairs.
yeah.
They're comfortable and,
Mhm.
so, and it looks better since we're live,
Yeah.
Any
No,
thoughts
like-
on what you're gonna do the other?
I've got them run back.
Chairs.
If you want, you need them, don't you? Did you want 3 or 4 of them? Yeah, you did, didn't
No,
you?
She's trying to get rid of
Yeah.
it.
I was talking about these.
Oh, no, not those. Those, I'm gonna hang on to those for public. The other ones, then we'll
Hang on there
Roll
for
it-
another 25,
roll
30
around
years.
the
I've
office
got one in the
chairs.
computer and one in the bedroom.
I'd be glad to give those away.
I'd take one, but I bought one at the Danny Wicker Yard and Garden sale down there.
You can't.
Last year at the, when he had all them from the, you know, when he bought all
All
that
that
stuff.
junk, yeah. All righty, well, I don't have anything else. You guys have anything else?
You can't think of anything.
Okay,
Do you need a motion officially?
yep, to adjourn the meeting.
I will make a motion, we adjourn our meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
I,
Okay. We'll end our live stream.
I'll give you back your pen for his
Figured you
weapon.
needed something.